Alright, here's a video review for Titan's Return Alpha Trion with Sovereign. Sovereign is currently up here in this cockpit, and he's a little purple and maroonish and gray robot that matches Alpha Trion's colors. We'll deal more with him later. So we'll go ahead and put him back in his little cockpit and close it up. So Alpha Trion in this first mode is kind of a lion corn. I don't know, he's a lion with a horn. Maybe based, reminiscent off of the old Snarl repaint. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what inspired this mode. We have not seen him in such in the comics, although we haven't really seen him in any alt mode in the comics. But yeah, his sword is his tail. Just kind of tabs in up here to what will become the crotch plate. And he's just kind of a squarish lion. Also, the cockpit is kind of, you can kind of see the eyes and the muzzle and the cheeks and stuff. The cockpit's already slightly lion headish looking, so he's kind of got two lion heads, which is weird. But you know, hey, it works, or it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not. It's not necessarily a bad beast mode. It's just an odd one. I do like how his hands form the lower jaw of the lion. That's kind of funny. Also, these front paws are a little loose. They're just friction held on, and they like to pop off a lot. Just when you have to fold them up for robot mode, you can see like just folding them back to where they are for robot mode. You can stop them right there, and they're okay, and then they stick straight out. But if you try to fold them in for robot mode, you can almost see where it comes off of the. It should set centered on that, how it automatically starts to slide off there. And I'm not entirely sure what inside the foot is catching and causing it to push off of where it's supposed to clip in. But yeah, these paws like to pop off a lot. Hopefully, if you get one, maybe it'll be better. On mine, they really, really like to pop off a lot. So a second mode, because all the Voyagers are triple changers. I'm going to bring his head around like this. And there's a little tab here. This little silver tabs right here onto the side of the body. Just like that. Go ahead and take this gun off. Bring his legs down. Bring this whole cockpit assembly untabs from the waist piece. And then up and around like this. These fold down and fold up like that. The legs themselves, this whole piece assembly comes up, tabs in like this. We fold up the rear beast legs here like this. Fold this panel around straight. Fold these two together, snap his legs together. Fold these panels up. You see he shares some similar transformation bits to the Sentinel Prime Astro Train mold, which we'll look at later. There's a little landing gear right here that flips down like that, and then you take this little kind of turret gun thing that you can set Sovereign in or any other Titan Master onto the front, and then you peg the sword onto either side. It's up to you. And then he's kind of a spaceship. Again, with a kind of lion-shaped cockpit, or lion-headed shaped cockpit. But yeah, there he is in his spaceship mode, which again is kind of a spaceship because we say so. Although it looks more like a spaceship than I was expecting. In hand, it's still a little. So he looks more like a lion corn than he does a spaceship, really. But hey. So we take all this stuff off, set this off to the side. We'll go ahead and pop Sovereign out of here. Then from here we fold these down like that. Split these, fold that panel in, rotate these forward, fold these up as feet here on the legs, just like that, and you can bring them forward if you want. Make sure that all locks together. Here's where I was talking about, like, If you don't fold these past where they like to pop off, they stick straight out like that. But you can fold them up closer against his body, but it does start to make them pop off here at the joint. Bring the arms down. Fold this around like this so the wolf head or the lion head or whatever it is comes out like that. And rotate his fist so he has elbows. Same on this side. Bring this around on this hinge like that. Plug it in. Bring this down like this. Come on, feet. Feet, don't fail me now. There we go. Let's see if we can get this. There we go, sit flat. And here is his robot mode, obviously missing his head because his head is sovereign here. And his head is actually a very nice Alpha Trion head by itself. I really like his head. And when you plug it in up here, I think it looks just fine as an Alpha Trion head without anything extra. He can hold his little gun, or you can peg it in. You can hold it in his hand. You can peg it into the back to store it. But you can hold that claw gun. And he's got, I love his sword. His sword is amazing. I really like that sword. But he can hold his sword. And there he is. And he's got the full ball joint Titan Master head so he can look around. Hinge elbow there, front and back, outside to side. Bicep swivel, wrist swivel. He does not have a waist swivel. Hinge joints, front and back, side to side at the hip. Thigh rotation. Hinge knees to 90 degrees. And like I said, you can get a little, no ankle tilt. You can kind of get a little bit of extra range out of the foot with that transformation joint, but he's much more secure if you just kind of straighten his feet and leave it the way it is. Now he does have an extra little bonus here in that if you push his little spark chamber thing there at his chest, he does get some big ears. And he's got the same kind of, again, Astro Train Sentinel Prime segment in the middle so that whole thing can turn, so he can still retain some head movement even with the ears up. But I just think they make his head look too big. And I think he does look fine with just those pushed down. Now, I don't know if it's on all copies. On my copy, to get these to stay in place, you have to push them down. Well, not push too far. Push them down and then kind of push on this to click them into place. Are you just going to... I've had all sorts of problems with these things. Let me try popping this off and pushing them down. There we go. Yeah. You're going to have to hold the button in while you push them down to lock them in. I don't know if that's standard. It didn't seem to be on the instructions. The instructions just said push the ears down and they should stay in place, so maybe that's an issue on my copy. But if you are having trouble getting them to stay down, try holding that button down when you push them in and it should click and lock into place. But yeah, I do think he looks much better like this. Also, he's got these paws here, which make his waist look really skinny. And I find that if you just rotate these down, it kind of gives him more of a Scottish kilty look. But again, that's entirely up to you. You can also, if you want, just completely fold these back around onto the back and have them just kind of hang down behind his legs, which kind of helps, but then it makes him look too skinny up here. So what you want to do with those is really up to you. But there are options. Personally, I like the fold it down and make a kilt look, but it's really entirely up to you. So yeah, there is Alpha Trion. I'll do a real quick size comparison here with Sentinel Prime, which seems to be his nemesis in the comics. Something just fell off the table behind me. Oh, it's just Galvatron. We'll fix him in a minute. Actually, he's not even broken. We'll just pick him up in a minute. But yeah, so there he is with Sentinel Prime. A little shorter, but, you know, Voyager sized. So yeah, I like Alpha Trion as a character. I'm interested to see what they do with him in the comics. This figure is all kinds of, I don't get it. I'm not sure where all this came from. He seems a lot bulkier. Maybe he's in some kind of power armor that we haven't seen yet. Who knows? He does come with his instructions, standard old instructions, and the bio card with his stats. Although he's even past 20. He's at infinity with both Alpha Tron, with either one of them attached. All his power levels are over 9,000 apparently. So there you go. He's BA. But yeah, there's Alpha Trion from Titan's Return.